Alright, the next step here is to put a clear coat finish on the body that we just stained. It looks like it's all nice and dry. As you can see, it's stained pretty nice and even. I've got it propped up on a larger container here. That is basically so we can rotate it while we're spraying. I like to spray the tops first. That way, when I flip it over, it's resting on the inside of the controller. I don't have to worry about it getting wet. So, you know, make sure you turn it face up and spray that part first. For the purposes of this project, we're trying to use all materials that are readily available at any hardware store. And so I would suggest this is clear lacquer, high gloss clear lacquer. This is readily available at Home Depot. And you can get a pretty good finish. We use at the shop here, on our production, we use an HVLP gun, which we shoot gallons and gallons of material, but it's a much more expensive rig. But for now, you can get very good results with regular spray can if you are very careful. What we want to do is put light coats, many light coats, and we recommend a wet sanding process in between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a coat on. We're going to let that sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll put another coat on, then let it sit for a couple hours, and we'll wet sand and come back and put 2 or 3 more coats on till we're happy with the results. Now on the first coat, most of it's going to be absorbed, so it's going to look dry. You don't want to overdo it. And so we're just going to put a nice even coat on without overdoing it. I shoot them from the side, and then I shoot it from the top. You want us to be in a well ventilated area, because lacquer does stink. And I'm going to shoot the front. Shoot it from the top edge, and shoot the top edge of the back one more because it looked like you needed a little more. And that's about it. That's what we call a tack coat. So it's just a light coat that's going to soak in. On the next coat, we're going to really try to build up the finish enough so that we have enough material to wet sand. We may even go to 3 coats before we wet sand. But that is coat 1 of the top. We'll go through all 3 coats, 2 to 3 coats of the top. Then we'll flip it over and we'll do 2 to 3 coats on the back, and that'll be done for the first stage before we wet sand.